and welcome to another vlog. It's Sunday and I'm only just starting this. Yeah, I haven't read all week. Monday, let's go through my reasons / excuses. Okay. Monday, I was still needing to sleep off the remnants of my headache from Sunday. Tuesday, I went to a book event. I went to Sophie Schwab in person. I went with Sophie and Ada. I wasn't actually going to buy a ticket. Well, I was, but it got sold out very quickly. And Sophie accidentally bought 2 tickets, so thank you, Sophie. Yeah, went to see V Schwab at Warsons in Leeds. It was great. She talked about Addie LaRue. Not my favourite book, but I liked it. I just like book events. The one downside was that it was obviously it's a very popular event, so they crammed as many seats in as they could, but that meant you were literally sat on top of each other. But yeah, it's actually got me really excited about other book events, so I'm now keeping an eye on Waterstone's website. I am dying for Bradford Lit Fest to release their schedule so I can start booking things for that. I know they've already started booking same rooms and buildings as they have before, because myself and another friend work in different companies that they rent rooms from, so we know what's been booked, all the rooms. So excited. Yeah, so I'm keeping an eye out for Bradford Lit Fest. I'm keeping an eye out for any other local events as well, or literature festivals. Becky at work has mentioned one in November in Cardiff. I don't know if she was serious about going to that, Becky. I am down for it. I want more book things in my life. And I am also thinking of doing the one in London in November. That's why how can I not remember the name of it? Editing Michelle here. It's Yalk. How do I forget Yalk? That's normally held in July with Comic-Con. However, I think last year there were a few issues from what I could see when people went. So they've now moved it to November, I believe. Now, don't get me wrong, November is part of my busy period in work. However, it's 2 days. So yeah, I'm like 50-50 thinking of going to it. I just need to think, because obviously it's very YA heavy, and I am trying to divert away from YA. However, I do have my favourite authors, and they did have some of them there last year. And it's London, and obviously if I don't want to go there one day or for half a day, I can go to Waterstones or Foyles. And anyway, just outside thinking, because obviously I still have half my flat to do as well. But anyway, on to the reading. So yes, that was Tuesday. I diverted. Wednesday, Thursday was not bothered about reading. Friday was St. Patrick's Day, so I was not in the right mindset, I will say politely, to read. And yesterday it was the last day. Well, we went for a family meal, celebrate early Mother's Day, and that was lovely. I would post a picture of her. I know my sisters don't want to be on the internet with the kids, so let's just say it was a lovely day. And then in the afternoon, it was the last of the Six Nations matches. Ireland won the Grand Slam. We beat England. Woo! So yeah, let's just say I was hyped. I was too busy celebrating / doing washing to do reading yesterday. So today is the first time I'm going to pick up Shadows of the Wind again. It has asked me how I thought of it, and I was like, perhaps I've not finished it yet. So I'm still like 47% of the way through it. I was enjoying it. I can't see that changing. I'm not saying to myself, I'm going to have this finished by this time and I'm going to read the book. If this is the only book I read today, I'm still happy, because I thought, stupidly, that March was like February, where it ended on the 28th. Listen, Shelley's not smart at times. And then looking at a calendar and I'm like, oh wait, I have actually 2 full weeks, not just a week and 3 days. And seeing as I only have 3 books left on my TBR, I can do that in 2 weeks. So yeah, so again, if this is the only book I read today, happy Shelley. If I have time to read another book, great. I have also made the decision. So I've got quite a few books pre-ordered, I should say. Waterstones are going to hate me, but I'm going to cancel the majority of them. Obviously, I'm going to London in a few months with Ada for a few days. My aim isn't to buy books, but as I said to Ada, and Ada is very much aware of it, this is me, I'm going to be in London. I'm going to want to go to Piccadilly and Foyles and all the second-hand shops because they should hopefully have good books in. So I know I'll probably bring books from there, and I don't want to have pressure on myself to read all the books I've already pre-ordered and the books I buy there. And obviously pre-ordering a shit ton of books, that's part of my French. Some of them where I only just heard about them when I pre-ordered them isn't really good for me getting my books down. So yeah. Again, Waterstone's gonna hate me, but to be fair to Waterstone, since I cancelled a lot of pre-orders during my reading slump, they're pretty okay with it. Just thinking of all the points. Then I need to think that Waterstones will have sales on during the year. And triple points. And if I reach my 60 book target for this year, I'll have £120 in my tin to spend on books. And if they have their half price hardback sale again in between Christmas and New Year, oh, that's a lot of books. Yeah, if you weren't aware, I'm doing a thing this year. For every book I read, I put £2 into a savings jar, not opening that until the end of the year. So that's obviously £120 to spend on books. That will be for next year and through next year and everything. But obviously, if that's a lot of paperbacks. You're talking like what? Paperbacks £90 each. 14 paperbacks. Or if Waterstones have the half price hardback sale on, 14 hardbacks. And obviously whatever points I have in Waterstones card throughout the year. And any extra money I want to spend. Plus it means that at the end of the year, when I go through my book still on my bookcase that I carried over from 2022, there shouldn't be lots that I have to unhaul. And that is one thing I'm definitely doing this year. Any books that I have not read that I brought from last year, I will be unhauling. People may be thinking, Michelle, that's weird, but that is just, it's not to punish myself, it's just if I haven't picked that book up in 2 years, I'm obviously not interested in that book. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of being a bit harsh on the DNFs, where it's like, I'm 15% in, I'm only so many pages in, I'm DNFing, just because it's, and don't get me wrong, I know books get better as you read them. But if there's things I'm already hating 15% in, 60 pages in, 80 pages in, that I can't look past, it's obviously not the right book for me. So yeah. Also, to reach my 60 book target, I currently have 63 books on my shelf. About 7 or 8 of them would fall from this year. So if I read the majority of the 2022 books, that's a lot of my books off my bookshelf gone to be read bookshelf. And I've been recording for 10 minutes on this wild tangent. So yeah, I'm going to go read. There are sprints starting at 12 on Becca Fowles' channel. I think it's for Marvelathon. I'm not participating, obviously, but I normally don't do them. Reading sprints club to D&D. So I'm going to join them, get this finished today, and then I can update you when I have finished and if I will be starting any other book. So yeah, I'm going to go do that. 3:30. I've just finished The Shadow of the Wind. 5 stars. One, probably, definitely in my top 3 of books I've read this year. 100%. I thought I knew how the story would go when I picked it up today, as in, not in a bad way, but in a, oh, this is kind of the most obvious way for it to go. And in some ways I was right. About 10%. The night, I couldn't predict the twists. I sort of predicted the ending but didn't. But it was developments. It was the way that each chapter brought this story, well, journey as I'm thinking of it, in a way that was natural, that it flowed, that it was something that I couldn't see coming, and the different POVs, even though it's all first party, the different POVs made it so much better. And I felt all the emotions. I felt each character and their journey. And I started this book thinking this is just a journey of a guy who's going to try and find an author because he's bored. Or within the first 100 pages, for this girl he likes. Minor spoiler, I apologise, there'll be no spoiler warning. And it ends up being this story of a boy finding himself through this character and through him almost wanting justice but not wanting justice at the same time, and how these characters he meets and these people influence him and make him into the man he is at the end. And the writing was just perfect. There is nothing in this book I would have changed. I don't know what else to say. Honestly, this is it's part of a series. I'm buying the rest of the books. I'm going to buy myself a nice new copy, but I'm keeping this one as well, and just I'm struggling to put into words more how this book just, and that's how I know it's a 5-star as well, because I just can't express, there's nothing that I can express that could take it down. There is nothing that can stop that being a 5-star. Definitely my top 3 this year. Definitely my top 3. Yeah. And with this being so good, I'm very reluctant to recommend the book tonight. The sprints are still going on. There's probably going to be more sprints. I'm on such a high, I don't want to start anything that I could kind of compare to this, because the 3 books on my wishlist TBR is a Greek retelling, which I don't kind of want to read now, a start of a mystery thriller crime series, which is my jam, but I would probably try and compare. And then thirdly, a book about a pandemic from what I can remember, The End of Men, which I kind of want to put effort into reading, as in I want my concentration to be on that, to not on, oh my god, this is kind of boring me, it's not as good as the past previous book, etc. So I'll end this not so weekly reading vlog here. Nice, short and sweet. If you haven't read it, please read it. Ada, thank you for bringing this into my life. You are an amazing human. Our reading tastes may differ, but on this one they're the same. Yeah. So yeah, end the vlog there. Like I said, short and sweet. Hopefully next week's vlog will have a bit more in it. Let's see. Until the next one, bye.